Hello and welcome to I Am Geek. This is episode 296, and I'm your birthday boy, Ryan, joined by my brother Chris and our good pal, Katrin.
Hello.
Yes, it's my birthday this week, so I thought, everybody should know. I don't know.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm turning 46.
Wow.
46.
Katrin's already there. How is it?
It's great.
Okay.
Everything hurts.
Oh, good. Something to look forward to.
I mean, it happened before that.
Yeah,
but...
that's true. Yeah.
Well, neither of you look over a day over 52.
Oh,
Awesome.
Thanks.
Great.
If you're watching on YouTube, we do not have an old person filter on. That's how we actually look.
I got this going on down here where it just stays sometimes. I'm not dehydrated either. That's my neck.
There's so many clips back here that are just
Your
holding
gobbler.
everything. Like,
But welcome back, all our listeners and watchers, and thanks for watching and listening on YouTube and wherever you listen to podcasts. So tonight it's been May 4th. May 4th has come and it is gone. The greatest holiday of the year, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
The only, I guess, well, it's not really the only Star Wars holiday because we have Life Day.
Mm-hmm.
We have Revenge of the 5th.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, you think
Easter.
about it, it's when you get most of the Star Wars presents, right?
It's
It's a
true.
great holiday.
Mhm. Labor Day.
Arbor Day.
Arbor Day. Yeah.
Arbor. That's a pirate
That's a
holiday.
pirate.
Oh, that's the
Pirate
pirate
Day.
holiday.
Pirates of the Caribbean Day.
Oh, okay. Anyways, so I went to Galaxy's Edge for May the 4th.
Wow.
I was there.
No, there
So
you go.
now let's move on.
Good night, everybody.
No, I went. I was there. It was crazy there. I don't think I've ever seen that many lightsabers in one place.
That
Like,
was a lot of lightsabers.
There were so many
Yeah.
people that they shut down the entrances to where the Millennium Falcon is. If you've been there, there's like a place where the Millennium Falcon is. And people were trying to get down there and they're like, "No, gotta go back." And this dude was like, "But I've got a lightning lane for Smuggler's Run." And he's like, "Sorry, you can't go this way. You gotta go back around." And they're like, "But they said, but that way was crowded too." He's like, "Sorry, this way's closed off." I would be really mad if I paid for a lightning lane or something, and they're like, "Nope, can't go down," because all these people have their lightsabers.
Bunch of nerds. That's kind of how it goes when
ruined everything.
There's a night parade though too, or any kind of like fireworks. Sorry, you can't go this way. It's like, but I just I need to go right across this road.
There. Yeah.
It's right there. Nope.
But yeah, there was a lot of people. Like, it was like shoulder to shoulder, lightsabers in the air, and then like all these chants started.
Oh,
it
no.
was weird. And I'm a big Star Wars fan. No, it was just like they would just start chanting like a random Star Wars character's name. Like somebody would be like Mandalorian, and everybody would be like Mandalorian, and they would do that for a while, and then somebody would be like, Chewbacca, and then they start chanting that, and it was just a bunch of people with lightsabers in a circle chanting random Star Wars people's names.
And then pineapple. It's like, what? Upside down pineapple.
But I wasn't in the middle of all of that right in the biggest mess of it, because there was a Star Cruiser meetup, like photo shoot thing where everybody that was there from the Star Cruiser met up. So we were all over there chanting all kinds of Star Cruiser phrases and taking our pictures and stuff, which was a bunch of us there.
Good.
Room service.
Goldfish.
And then we stormed the gate and broke our way onto the Star Cruiser, took it over.
And then you saw everything was out of it.
Oh, I've got a story for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, but I'll say that for a minute. We'll get to that story.
Great.
Because it's very interesting, and I think you guys might find it interesting too.
Probably.
But yeah, so I wore my droid backpack, which is a cat carrier that I've converted into a droid backpack.
How did it go?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it was fun. And it wasn't as heavy as I thought it would be. So that was good.
Good.
That's good.
But I would just be like standing there and I would feel like a presence behind me. And I'm like, what in the world? And I'd turn around and it'd just be like these people just standing behind me taking pictures. And I'm like, oh, you want to take a picture of my good side, huh?
I did not consent.
But it happened like all day and all night.
Cosplay
Like,
is not consent.
yeah, like during the day I didn't have the lights turned on and people were still taking pictures. At night I had lights, it all lit up, and they were taking pictures and they're like, what is this? Where'd you get this? I'm like, it's a cat carrier from Amazon. They're like, that's amazing. But I did have Lola on top, and I was just standing talking to a group. Another guy had a backpack and we were talking, and all of a sudden I hear this crash. And I was just standing there and she flew off her legs and just landed on the ground, and her wing things like flew off in different directions.
Oh,
But I put her back together. She still worked, but she went in my bag after that.
Yes.
So I'm going to have to figure out a way to attach her better. I thought she could stay on, but I guess she moved so much that she just jerked herself right off and she just flew off.
Try to escape.
Yeah, I guess so. But my other droid that's from Droid Depot there, it was cool. I left it turned on. I didn't like use the buttons or anything, but there's like beacons all around.
Yeah.
And the whole time it was just talking and it was like moving around, and people were like, look at that droid. It's like moving by itself and talking. It's going crazy. So that was pretty cool.
yeah.
Live.
Yeah, that is cool. Because they talk about that being one of the benefits of getting one. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it'll interact with the land, but it's like, I don't want to move this thing around. There's too many people going around. But if you had this cool backpack,
Yeah,
They're
and it
gonna-
interacted like crazy.
Yeah.
It went nonstop,
Yeah.
which was cool. Which I've got a friend, an acquaintance that I've met on Facebook, that we talk kyber crystals and stuff. But he makes this, he calls it the Droid Toolbox, and you could have it at your home, and it will
Yes.
interact like it does the Galaxy's Edge. I'm like, I got to get one of those. That's pretty
Yes.
cool.
You should, set it up in weird places, and your kids are playing with theirs, and it's like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's talking.
But it was, I was really, I mean, it was on my back, so I couldn't see it, but I could hear it and like hear its head turning and stuff. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like
that
that.
is cool.
So then I was taking some pictures of some of my new kyber crystals, the lantern ones that light up, over in the marketplace, if you've ever been there. And I was taking a picture, and I hear this guy comes up and goes, hey, come here. And he grabbed me and he goes, are you a droid smith? And I'm like, no.
Is this code for
I
something?
don't know. And there was a group of them. They all had the backpacks, and they were all wearing like coveralls that had like Droid Depot like patches and stuff on them. And I'm like, no. And he goes, oh, dude, we love your, and they don't call it a backpack, they call it a
Cat carrier.
DEP.
Oh,
Droid Escape Pod.
Oh, okay.
So he goes, yeah, you got your DEP there? And I was like, DEP.
Diamond House.
And I put it together. I figured it out because I was like, because I based mine on the Escape Pod for Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, Droid Escape Pod. So it's like, oh yeah. He goes, you need to join up. You need to come on our Facebook group, join up. And then they like started handing me their they had like trading cards.
Nice.
They had their pictures on them with their droids and stuff. He goes, all you need is coveralls. And I'm like, hey, I've got coveralls because I have Ghostbuster stuff. And I've got some extra coveralls. So I already have the
There you go.
coveralls. So he goes, yeah, you just need to take a picture like you working on your droid in your get up, and then send us a number, and we'll assign you to that number, and then you'll be part. It's like a costuming group.
Yeah.
Like the 501st or something, but like that. And then you'll get your own card made and you'll be part of the group. I'm like, well, that's cool. So I went on and joined the group. I haven't had time to like make my costume, but
You gotta do like a sexy picture. Like
oh.
working on it.
But there's a big group of them. They were all super nice, and they sit there and talked with me. So I told them about the shows. I said, you should listen, you should watch. Told them about the kyber crystals. I said, yeah, I'm more of a kyber crystal guy, but I like the droids, and I'm getting more into doing that stuff.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
They do meetups and things like that.
Yeah,
I'm
like there's a
seeing
ton of them there.
Yeah.
But and then this lady like walked up to the group and she's like, "Oh my gosh, what's his name?" And I'm like, "What? What's his name? What's the George name?" And you could tell that she was, very inebriated.
What? Ogres?
I think so, but it was just funny because she's just like stumbling, and they were all like, "Well, this is his name." Which I haven't named mine. I should. I need to see what the droid's name is from Rise of the Resistance. Since it looks like that one, I guess that will be its name.
It needs its own name.
It could be R1S3.
Ooh,
For Rise. See?
Oh, I thought it was for Ryan Street.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Oh no, Rise, RISE. So R1.
Okay.
I thought you'd go with like iamGEEK.
Yes.
I think I'll just have to buy another droid and make it the iamGEEK colors.
There you go.
With all my money. But I could do a iamGEEK Lola because I've got. I think I got an extra Lola. Well, I started one that's iamGEEK, so
perfect.
That would be the iamGEEK.
Put some glasses on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, it would just be one glass, like a monocle.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because it only has one eye. But yeah, so I had fun. I didn't. They came out with new kyber crystals, which was cool, but also stressful because I'm like, oh, now I'm gonna have to learn how to code different, which I figured that out. Somebody helped me with that. So I didn't buy any. I didn't buy a lightsaber.
Oh,
ooh, wow! I'm shocked.
You weren't interested in the Darth Maul?
No. For $400, I have.
So
I have half of one, and I'm like,
did I see that box has sound when you open the box? It plays the dual fates, or
dual fates and lights.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's cool, but not for $400.
No.
Nope. But most people already have the Darth Maul lightsaber. And they're like,
Right.
yeah, I'm getting that one. And I'm like, why? You already got it.
Why?
Can I just buy the box?
Some people are doing. Some people bought it and they're trying to sell the sabers because they just wanted the box.
Oh.
So that was cool, and they did have the
popcorn bucket.
Well, they had that, but they had another lightsaber, the Galen
Orso.
Is that his name?
Yeah,
because I've never read those books.
Oh,
it's
from. I thought you were talking about the guy from Rogue One, Galen Orso, right?
No, it's the what's the new series of books that's like based on long ago?
Star Wars.
Yeah, I think that's right. Star Wars.
Long ago.
It's like the Republic, or no, what is it?
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Disney brought out these new books, and it's like
yes.
It's one of those guys' lightsaber. They brought it out in a box set a while back, and now they just have it individual. And it looks like looks like an old medieval sword. It's got the cross.
Yeah.
It looks not like Kylo's, but it looks like a sword.
Yeah.
It's got it's blue with gold and silver.
Cross guard, I think is what.
Cross guard, yes.
Yeah.
So I looked at it, and I was just sort of like. Okay. But yeah, so they brought out new holocrons and new kyber crystals. That's how they could do new kyber crystals, by bringing out new holocrons that have different phrases in them. So
excellent.
They look the same.
Go on forever.
Yeah.
But they have some really cool containers that they come in.
Kyber crystal containers are cool.
Twists open.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Slides out.
Like little metal bars inside of it. So.
Yeah.
And I do. It stinks. I missed out on the popcorn bucket.
Oh.
It looks really cool.
Yeah.
But it was small. It wasn't the size of a helmet.
No. It didn't look like the popcorn container itself fit inside of it.
Well, it held a lot of popcorn. People were saying like this holds the most popcorn from any popcorn bucket they've had.
What?
Yeah. So it held a lot of popcorn, but they were sold out like that.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I went back another day just to go back to Hollywood Studios, and they were sold out again. And I saw a bunch of people, and they're like, "Oh, they had tons of them this morning." And I'm like, "Well, I didn't get up." But so I didn't get one, which is fine. It's just a popcorn bucket. But it was cool.
Just keep telling yourself that. Keep telling yourself. Just a popcorn bucket.
And the other things they had like they had a new helmet, like a clone trooper helmet that looked really cool. That just randomly appeared, and a chrysanthemum stuffed animal. And
the chrysanthemum
from Book of Boba and stuff. And they had a Cad Bane stuffed animal thing. And then they had I think I have that creature. In the creature stall they had you remember the creature from Attack of the Clones where they're in the arena and it's like furry with like a rat tail sort of.
Yeah, it's like a big cat.
Yeah, that they had that. You could buy that. Growl and stuff. But yeah, it was crowded. The line to go into Doc Ondor stretched all the way past the marketplace.
Wow.
It was a long line. And I wasn't going to go get in it. And then I saw somebody that I knew. And he's like, "Oh," he goes, "It took you long enough to get here. To get lost in the parking lot? We've been holding your place forever." And I was like, "Thank you." Like, I didn't be like, "Can I cut in line or anything?" It was funny. He was just like, "We've been waiting here forever."
Nice.
Well,
that was cool. Sweet of him.
So that was nice.
Lies.
He's a friend. So I just hopped in. But yeah, they had a long line all the way to close. But then the next day you went back and there was no line at all. And nothing had sold out. I didn't get into the May the 4th store. You had to have a virtual queue.
Virtual queue.
And by the time I got there, because I didn't get up early, they were all gone. But it didn't look like anything I would buy anyways. Because there's a bunch of random t-shirts and stuff. So that was May 4th. The day before I got there super early. My flight was like had to be at the airport like 3:30 or something. So I got there and I went to the Magic Kingdom until I just fell over because I was so tired, and rode Haunted Mansion.
Oh yeah.
Because I hadn't seen the Hatbox Ghost, and I love Haunted Mansion. And let me tell you, I didn't like it.
No.
It didn't. It was just really odd and weird where they have it. Because you're going pretty. I mean, you don't go fast on the ride, but it's a moving ride, right?
Yeah.
And it's right when you round a corner, so you don't even see it that long. You round the corner, and they took away the chair. They took away something else that stood there.
You said the hallway was empty, right?
The hallway was empty. There's no candle anymore. I don't know why they got rid of that because it's in a hallway.
Yeah.
So it's just the Hatbox Ghost sitting there, and it just looked like, compared to the rest of the ghosts in the Haunted Mansion, it looked like a cartoon. It just looked like a cartoon standing there with his funny face that came in and out. I tried to take a picture of it. It didn't really come out very well because it was going by. You could go by it so fast you can't really take a picture unless you get stuck or something. Yeah, it just didn't do anything for me. And then you go into the attic and you're like, well, they could have put it there or they could have put it there, and they just didn't. So yeah, I didn't really care for it. It was okay. It was there. It's there now. It took away stuff. Instead of adding stuff, they just took stuff away to add it.
Well, maybe the chair was breaking down. Who knows?
Yeah.
They were having to service the chair all the time.
Yeah, so much reupholstery and it costs so much.
That's the Donald Duck chair too.
Donald Duck chair, yes.
Yeah, I don't know why they took that away.
Yeah.
To put that there. And I really don't understand why they took the floating candle away. That doesn't make sense at all, because now it's just an empty hallway that just nothing to look at.
Well, that was because the Hatbox Ghost was actually the ghost holding the candle up, and he's no longer there. So
now he's materialized.
He's materialized.
Can't hold the candle. So he was holding his hat box and the candle? Oh.
Well, you couldn't see that because he was like invisible. You just saw the camera.
Yeah. I don't know. I know people like it. And that's fine. And I like the Hatbox Ghost, but I did not like the placement.
Yeah.
Jared Leto, man.
And it wasn't even Jared Leto looking. It was just looks like a cartoon. And now, of course, I did Big Thunder and I did Pirates. And I think that's the only rides that I did. And I was like, I've been up since like.
Well, those are easy to get on nowadays too. So it's nice. You can kind of get in and out of all those. And
I saw Tiana's.
Yeah.
I didn't see it at night lit up, but I saw it. Yeah, it's there.
It's there. Were you able to see anything from Big Thunder? I don't know. Is there an angle that you can see anything?
I could pretty much see everything.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's just like a lot of greenery and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's nothing on top of the mountain.
Gotcha.
Because it's not a mountain anymore, I guess. What are they calling it? A salt hill or something?
Yeah.
Them Louisiana salt hills. So I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fun.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I don't know if when I'll get to ride it.
Animatronics will be cool.
Because by the end of this trip, I don't know if it was just because I was tired but like the other days, like I rode Rise and I rode the new Star Tours, which the new Star Tours was really cool with the Mandalorian and Ahsoka.
Oh, good.
That's cool.
They did a really good job with that. The whole the car that I was in or whatever, at the end, everybody applauded and was clapping their hands. So that was cool. I like that. I rode Rise and I took my backpack on because it looks like the things on there, thinking, oh, somebody will say something.
Nope.
They're just, none of them were in it that day. They're just like, it's May 4th. We're tired. We don't want to be here. Just get on the ride. And I had that. I had to put it between my legs. I had another bag. And the lady was like, "You think you got enough stuff with you?" And I'm like,
"No, ma'am, I do not."
No. Like, it's May the 4th. Come on. Be happy. You're part of the resistance or whatever. So she was sort of rude. But the rest of the days, I didn't really ride much. I just sort of walked around. Like when I went to Epcot, I just went in Living Seas and just sat and watched all the fish. Because I like that. It's relaxing.
I'm an old man.
I know. I think so. And then I went to the Moana thing, did that again. Walked around.
Didn't ride Guardians again?
No, I will never ride that again.
You did show us some pictures of some new Marvel.
Yeah, they did have some new Marvel stuff. They had a Black Panther Infinity Gauntlet. I don't understand.
You don't remember that from the movie?
No,
because it wasn't in the movie.
It was really weird because I was like, wait a second, why is there a Black Panther Infinity Gauntlet?
It could be a part of that new ride that they've been hyping for forever. The multiverse thing.
The one in California?
Yeah, the one in California. It could be a precursor for that.
I don't know. It was sort of weird.
They need stuff to sell.
Yeah,
I won't see.
Ronan's hammer, that looked cool.
Yeah, that was cool. And then they had the
TVA sticks.
Yeah.
But they
cattle prods.
They rose the prices back up because they had some of those on sale before. So like the stick and stuff was like $99, and I was like, no.
That's their price for those things, $100.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it should be worth $100. It's got the fake sticker wood on it.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like real wood at all. It just looks like a sticker wrapped around it.
Sticker wood.
Yeah.
Sticker wood.
Rare sticker wood. And then the hammer thing, it looked like a plastic toy.
Oh no.
And
it was $119. It
didn't look like Loki's spear. It looked like a toy.
Yeah.
I was just
you could even see the cracks in it, where they put plastic pieces together.
Yeah.
You could see like the cracks in it where the light would,
Hmm.
I guess, would shine through, but it just looked like two pieces of plastic put together.
Hmm.
So yeah, I
That's
wasn't planning on getting it, but that was the new offerings. But the Black Panther Infinity Gauntlet made me go like a second take. Like what? What did I just see?
well, never know.
You never know.
Anything's possible now.
There was after I left, I heard that there was a big cast member sale. And
they were selling cast members?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
cool.
Yeah.
Somebody we know bought an Infinity Gauntlet it was the Iron Man one. It's $99 in the park, and they bought it for $14.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, I want one.
Awesome.
They didn't give me one. They said there was pallets of lightsabers. I was like, oh, come on. None for me? Nope. Yeah, so by the end of it, I don't know if it was just I was tired, but I was just like, you know what? Because I have an annual pass, but it runs out in June, I think.
Mm.
And I was just like, I don't think I'm going to renew it because, I mean, if I can't come with the kids, family, wife, like it's just. I'm not saying I was bored, but I would get to a ride and be like, I don't think I'll go on this ride, and then I'd get there and be like, no, I don't want to wait in line.
Yeah,
I've been on it before. I'm good, and I would just move on.
It's more enjoyable to go to Disney with other people, right? It's fun. It's fun to be there. I went one time by myself, and I had fun, but I've only gone with other people, so I didn't know what to do for one thing. And there's just so much that happens that you're like, oh man, did you see that? or we're having fun together, and it's like
there was none of that on this trip. It was just me wandering around, going, what am I going to eat? And then I look at menus and be like, oh, that will make me sick. Oh, that will make me sick. Well, I think I'll eat the kids' meal. So I ate the kids' meal because it's like, it's grilled cheese and tater tots for $6.99 and a drink. So there we go. That's cheap. Yeah. So I'm like part of me is like, I would rather not renew it and save that money and go back with the family.
Yeah.
Once than to go back a few times by myself because it was just like without friends or family there. I'm not gonna say I was bored, but I was just like, well, I'm done. I think I'll just go back to the hotel.
You've been enough. I mean, you've gone by yourself plenty of times and had fun, but you've gotten to a point maybe that you're growing up. No, it's just a different time of.
Well, I think I would rather do
different time at Disney too. So.
I would rather maybe go to Disneyland or go to Universal, or because I'd love to take my kids to see Harry Potter stuff at Universal, or just save the money. I don't know.
Epic Universe.
Go on a cruise.
Go on a
cruise. That'd be fun too. But yes, I don't know. Am I burnt out from Disney World? I don't know.
Well, but not because you've been so much. It's because things are changing for the worst, right? In some ways.
Yeah, it was harder to do stuff.
Yeah.
It was crowded. And this was another thing that was sort of annoying. It was like one of those gymnastic or dance competitions. So those crews were everywhere, and you're just like, oh,
so I have a friend. I have a friend that works for Varsity, which is one of the big cheerleading things, whatever organizations that puts on the big things. And so he was working. It was a few weeks ago, but he was there for his 40th birthday too. But he was. He worked for a week, and then his wife came in for like the weekend, and they got to do all this stuff. But he said whenever the cheerleaders were all at a venue doing something, there's nobody in the park. So if you time it right, it's awesome. He said we didn't wait hardly any for most rides. We were able to walk on and redo rides, and because the hotels were full because they were at they had things at Coronado where they had like a booth set up or whatever where people could buy things or whatever. And then, but everybody was staying at all the All-Stars, they had the whole All-Stars basically, I'm sure. And so that's a lot of people that aren't at the parks. They're out, they're doing their cheerleading thing. So if you time it right, it can be a good time, but if you don't.
Yeah. And the pool, like one day I was like, I think I'll just go to the pool for part of the day. And I went, and it was just like super crowded, and I was like,
Oh.
"Yeah, I'm not doing that."
No.
Because there wasn't even. I was like, "There's no place to like put my stuff down." I would just have to like hide it in a bush or something, maybe. I'm by myself, and all the chairs were taken, and so I mean, it was fun. I had fun. I got to rest and relax and have some quiet time. But for most days in the park, like even when I went to the Magic Kingdom, I rode those 3 rides, and I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm done," because I did the 1:00 virtual queue thing to see if I could get Tron, and I got it, but it was like 120 something, and it was going by so slow. And I messaged our friend Winchester, and I was like, "How long is this going to be?" And he was like, "Oh, that probably won't be till like so and so time." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm leaving." So I went to Disney Springs, and I sat down to eat some Earl of sandwich, and he was like, "Dude, it's your time to go back to Tron." And I'm like, "No, it's not."
I'm done.
I'm here.
And it's so hard to get in and out of Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
And I was like, "I'm done." So,
well,
I don't know. It was fun though, but it was a different kind of trip. I think the coolest Disney thing that happened is, so I didn't have a car while I was there. So I did, to get back to the airport, I did Lyft. I think it was Lyft. I'm pretty sure it's Lyft.
Great.
And the guy picks me up, and we just started chatting. And he said, "Oh yeah, I'm a cast member." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Because of course he picked me up at Saratoga Springs, so he knew that I'd been at Disney. And I'd said that I'd been there alone. Family stayed home, and we were talking. And he goes, "Yeah, I'm one of the guys in charge of all the fire systems throughout the park." I'm like, "Oh, that's interesting. That's cool." And he goes, "Yeah, I go on all the rides." He's like, "You name it, I've been inside of it. And I inspect all the fire systems, make sure they're all working, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "That's cool." And I brought up Star Cruiser for something, because we were talking about Star Wars, because it's May 4th, because that's what I was there. And he goes, "Oh yeah, I was in that like last week checking stuff out." I'm like, "Oh, interesting." I was like, "What's it like in there now?" He goes, "It's really eerie." He's like, "Everything is still there. It's just off, But he goes, "It's all still there. It's all still sitting there." He's like, "I don't understand why they don't just open it back up, because it's all there. They haven't done anything to it. They can make some money."
Interesting.
But yeah, he said everything's still there. But he said that, I said, "Well, how often?" I was like, "How often does fire alarms and stuff go off?" Because I mean, that's the question.
That's a question.
It is a question.
I asked it.
I mean, that's interesting to me. And he goes, "More than you would think." And I'm like, "Oh, really?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "The way they're set up," he goes, "especially on the new stuff." He goes, "Since we were talking about Star Wars," he goes, "Okay, so for example, on Millennium Falcon, there's the pod things that you go in, and they go in a circle, and there's a certain number." He goes, "Yeah, I've been all down in there and everything." He goes, "In each pod, there's these tubes, and the tube's job is to suck air out continually. So, and it will recognize even the like most minuscule like particle or whatever." And he says it's in the lines too, like in the Rise of the Resistance, there's tubes in the lines that just continually suck air out, and that's how we tell if there's smoke or something, or something that could cause a fire. And he goes, when the rides go down, most of the time they're going down because people are vaping in the rides.
Man.
He goes, "I don't understand why they can't just wait till they get,
Yeah.
But he goes, especially like Millennium Falcon, they'll get in that cockpit and they'll just start vaping, and it'll just immediately shut it down.
Wow.
Like when it detects something, it immediately turns everything off and shuts everything down." And he goes, "Most of the time, that's why you see a ride go down, is because somebody is vaping or something in the line or on the ride."
I feel like this needs to be more public, which I know they disallow it, right? The best they can, but those things are easy to hide or whatever. But man,
oh yeah, I saw somebody doing it. outside of like walking up to the line in Hollywood Studios, and the police officer's like, nope, get out. Like, I'm not even in the park yet. He goes, I don't care.
Nice. Not sure how I feel that the person responsible for like the fire hazard safety and everything is a Lyft driver.
He's an older gentleman, and he told me why. I won't get into his personal stuff on here.
Well, I know.
He told me why he did that.
I want them to pay him more.
Oh yes, they should be paying him more.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they should be paying him more. He's having to take a second job, and he's responsible for safety.
I know. They should be paying him a lot more. He was a super nice guy. He told me about like the inside of Rock and Roller Coaster. He's like, you wouldn't believe how like tight that and how small that building is. How they have all that track just sort of in there, so tight in this, because the building looks like you would think it'd be a lot larger than it is. It's like really small. And he said, yeah, they're redoing a bunch of stuff. That's why it's down right now. I was like, oh, I was hoping they were retheming. And he goes, everybody's hoping they retheme. But they're not. They're just replacing basically they're replacing it with the system where the people just have to like press a screen to get stuff going and stuff instead of switches and stuff. But yeah, he told me about the inside of all these rides and how cool they are. And he goes, if you're ever back and you see me wandering around, he goes, I may not remember you because I pick up like so many people, but come say hi and I'll remember you after you say hi. So that was maybe the coolest Disney thing that happened. Just
sounds like it was, yeah.
Hearing about all that and how the systems work. And I mean, I guess it was legit. I don't know.
We probably just made it all up.
Yeah.
It's the vaping. Really?
But that makes sense. Like,
no, it does. Yeah.
Because people are just, for lack of a better word, dumb.
Killing themselves with
they think they can get away with stuff like that.
Oh, yes. That's
yeah.
No one will know.
So that was cool. I stayed at Saratoga Springs, which it's nice, but if you have a chance to pick what resort you stay at,
you wouldn't pick that one.
The only reason I would pick that one is because you're close to Disney Springs.
Yeah.
But it's so spread out.
Does they have a boat from there? Or
they don't have boats right now because the water level's so down.
Oh.
So there's no boat. You can't. There's a walking path. You can walk there.
But they normally have boats there, right?
They normally have boats.
Okay.
But they put me in the building that's like farthest corner from everything. So it took forever to walk to a bus stop, to the lobby, to Disney Springs. So if you can stay in a resort that's, I guess, all in a building, I don't know how to.
Not separated
like that,
which a lot of them are now.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
Pop Century's got a bunch of different buildings.
Yeah, I think my favorite resort right now is the Riviera.
Yeah,
because you got the Skyliner there. It's all like in one building.
Such a nice resort.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah,
but I send there
clean.
So. Boardwalk was nice when we stayed there.
Yeah, that was nice too.
Boardwalk.
While I was sitting in the hotel room, which I did more than usual.
You watch television? Did you stay in the room and watch TV?
Yeah, not so bad now, is it?
I pulled a crib. I didn't stay out late at night. But I watched Tales of the Empire because it came out on May 4th. I know Chris hasn't watched it, so try not to give a bunch of spoilers. I don't know. He doesn't care.
Whatever.
Katrin watched it though, right?
I've watched it twice now.
Twice.
So I watched it one time, sometime this week. I was working at home and it's like, oh, I'll just turn it on, and didn't really pay attention as much. And so tonight I watched it because they're all 15-minute episodes.
Yeah.
So it took maybe an hour or hour and a half. I don't know. So yes.
So what do you think?
I was confused. Like, if you think about it from beginning to end, it starts off with a set of characters and then two different characters by the end of it. And you're just like, what is
happening? They did that with Tales of the Jedi, didn't they?
I know, but I was like, that's why I had to watch it again, because I was like, how did this shift into this? Because it just totally, in the middle of it switches to this other story, and you're just it's confusing, but it's okay. I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's just I wish it maybe it's stuck with the one story. Would be my only complaint, but I liked it. It's fine.
After Tales of the Jedi, which I really loved,
Yeah,
I thought for this one, personally, I thought it was a poor choice of characters that they picked. Because, I mean, yes, okay, one was in
Ahsoka
and Mandalorian. No, yeah, Mandalorian and Ahsoka.
Yeah, sure.
She was in Mandalorian, the Ahsoka episode of Mandalorian.
I got you. Okay. Yeah.
And then one was in Clone Wars, I think.
Yeah, and see, that's the one I wasn't really familiar with, and I was like, "Who is this person?"
Yeah.
So Morgan Elsbeth in the first part of it, and then the second was Barriss.
Oh,
yeah.
So the first 3 episodes are all tied together.
Yeah.
And the last 3 episodes are all tied together.
Yeah,
that's right.
Huh. Okay.
But and then the ending I thought was just lame. Like it wasn't an ending.
I was like, oh, there's going to be there's no other episodes.
I didn't like it. Like Tales of the Jedi, I loved.
Yeah,
they tried to do the reverse in this one. Tales of the Jedi, you had Ahsoka, and then you had sort of the creation of the evil Count Dooku. How he went from a Jedi to a Sith. And this one, the Morgan one, it was just sort of, let's tell some of her backstory. And then it didn't end, which is fine because it ends in the Mandalorian and
right. Yeah,
Ahsoka.
You see more in Ahsoka. Yes.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
So they did that, which I thought. I mean, I guess that's all they could cram in those short episodes. I thought they were just like, oh, okay, it's just a little more of her. And they try to do the reverse with the Barriss, right?
Jedi Barriss Offee.
Yeah. So basically, in the Clone Wars, she turns bad,
becomes an Inquisitor,
and then in the Clone Wars, she turns bad and gets arrested. In this one, she becomes an Inquisitor, but then she goes back to the light side. So it was the reverse of the Count Dooku thing. Spoilers. But I thought it was. Here's what I mean. I guess aging is different in Star Wars depending on your species. So they have her, and she's still young looking, right? When she becomes an Inquisitor, she's still young.
Yeah.
And then she gets fed up with that because there was a Jedi that they were tracking her and this other Inquisitor.
Yeah.
And she realizes, oh, I'm on the wrong side of this.
Right. She thought that they were doing good by it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but then realized they were just out to kill him.
Yeah.
The Jedi.
So she leaves, and then it does this like flash forward, like I forget how long it said, right?
I don't even know. Yeah.
And they go into this tent, and she's like this, like
they call her mother.
Like she's like this medicine woman like person.
Yeah.
And
she's a healer. Yeah.
She looks so old.
I noticed that's funny you mentioned that.
She looks so old, and then the person that that was older than her, that was with her as an Inquisitor, shows up to find her. She looks exactly the same age,
right?
And then Barriss looks like this old woman.
Well,
I'm like, wait a second.
The Sith is really like Scientology.
That's right. Yeah.
Where like if you're part of that, you're not aging.
Tom Cruise doesn't age, right?
I guess so.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, it was just weird. I mean, did you think that, Catherine? Were you?
Now that you mention it, I do see that. It was kind of funny though that you mentioned she looked old, because it's almost like they made a point of showing it, because there's this part where they zoom in on her face where she's like leaning over talking to somebody, and then she's got this wrinkle by her eye, and I was like, why are they focusing in on these wrinkles or whatever, So maybe there's something to that. I don't know.
But yeah, they didn't make the other character any older.
Yeah,
like she looked exactly the same.
Which at one point you think, oh, she's dead. Maybe she got kicked off a mountain. Right?
Oh yeah.
So maybe she died. I don't know.
Maybe it's like Captain America. She got frozen in ice.
I don't
Yes.
know, but it was weird, and
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't bad, but I didn't really
No,
care
it
for
wasn't.
it.
It had some good action, and
Yeah.
there were some bow and arrows that were pretty cool because they look like
Yeah, the Night Sister ones, yeah.
those were pretty cool.
So they did
Um,
Tales of the Jedi and then Tales of the Empire. Is it next going to be just like Tales of the scruffy looking nerf herders?
I mean, they could do Tales of the Sith. They
Tales
could
of the
do
Droid.
Tales of the Droids. They could do Tales of the Outer Rim. They could do
Jawas.
Tales of the Clone Wars, but they've already really done that.
Yeah.
Tales of the Clones. They could do
Tales
Tales
of
of
the
the
First
Watto?
Order. You know,
What?
it was
Tales of the Watto?
the Watto.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. What was really kind of confusing is the first half of this is about after the Empire, right? Because they said the Empire's gone, or well, at some point in the middle of it, it's after the Empire.
Yeah, the middle of it.
Middle of those 3 episodes, right? Because
Yeah.
we're part of the New Republic. Somebody comes
Yeah,
in,
yeah,
like, we're part
yeah.
of the Republic, the Empire's gone, and of course you see Thrawn and
Yeah.
and then when you get up to the second half of the season, it goes back to before Order 66.
Yeah, that's a
And
little
that's
weird.
what really made it kind of weird because
Yeah, it wasn't the Tales of the Empire at all.
No.
It was tales of these 2 random characters
Before-
that you've seen before.
Yeah, that's right.
It wasn't
Maybe.
Tales of the Empire at all.
That's true.
They
I mean,
didn't-
you do see Darth
I mean,
Vader.
Yeah,
We're
you
giving
see,
it all away. We're spoiling
yeah,
the whole thing here
yeah,
for you.
you see Darth Vader briefly. You see
breathes.
some characters from the Empire,
Yeah.
but they're not the main focus.
No.
They don't talk about them that much. It's not Tales of the Empire. It's tales of 2 random characters.
Maybe associated
'cause-
loosely with the Empire.
Because they showed Grievous, and I thought an episode would
That
be
was
about
cool.
Grievous.
No, he's just there. It's like the first episode.
Yeah.
It's
that's right.
like when the Morgan lady is a girl, and it's about the destruction of the Night Sisters that she's a
Yeah.
part of. And Grievous is like leading them, and he's just chasing them around, going ho, 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 and then slicing them and killing them, and that's it. That's all
Yeah.
Grievous. It's just him laughing. It's like literally him laughing as he's killing Night Sisters. He's just like ho, 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 and he's slicing them, and
Yeah, they should have done the backstory of him and how he became.
yeah, it was just, especially after Tales of the Jedi, it was really weird,
Yeah.
and the story choices were very strange, especially calling it Tales of the Empire.
Mhm.
Didn't make sense.
I'm sure our friend Ray will not like it
Probably not.
at
They
all.
should- I mean, to me, it seems like these are like fillers for upcoming things.
Maybe.
It does give backstory to some things,
Yeah, it gives
Right.
a little
But
backstory.
but to Ryan's point, it's still not about the Empire. And
Not about the Empire at
I mean,
all.
it's about things before and after the Empire.
Tales
After and
of
before. Sorry.
before. It should be called Tales of Before and After the Empire, and these side character stories.
And Darth Vader.
And Darth Vader makes an
Loosely
appearance.
associated with the Empire.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Darth Vader makes a short appearance. The Grand Inquisitor makes a short appearance. Grievous makes a laughing, slicing appearance. Is there any other more main characters that make an appearance? I think that's it, right?
Okay, so when I don't even remember which part this was, but do you remember in the those droids that have the sword behind them?
Yeah.
So they're in Battlefront. you can
Yeah, they were with Grievous.
Yeah.
Killing the Night
Mhm.
Sisters.
That's right.
And then,
So
like
that was
you
cool.
mentioned, the bow and arrow thing.
Yeah.
Like I always thought the bow and arrow, like the Night Sisters bow and arrow, was them using their magic, and that's how that bow and arrow worked.
Okay.
But then we're just basically telling the whole. You don't even
Yeah.
have to watch this.
Right.
Don't wait.
You don't have to watch Tales of the Empire. After the Night Sisters are destroyed, Morgan, who's younger, she's like gets accepted in by the Mountain People, which was another group that lived on this planet. And she's like, "Yeah, come on," to some of the girls, like, "Yeah, we're gonna go fight. I'm gonna take you to this place and we're going to get weapons. So then she takes these girls to this place, this weapons vault of the Night Sisters. And then those girls that don't have Night Sister powers are like using the bow and arrow and stuff. So I'm like, oh, I guess it's just some kind of energy weapon.
Yeah, they look like lightsaber bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Kind of cool, but yeah.
So I learned something related. It was because it wasn't just May the 4th; it was Free Comic Book Day.
It was, and
well.
yeah.
And there was a Star Wars Free Comic Book Day. Free comic book, and it. I did not know that at one point Luke had a yellow saber.
Oh yeah, in the comics.
Lightsaber. Yeah, in the comic.
Yeah.
He found a broken one. It was like in one of the temples, and he had to fight the ghost of the Grand Inquisitor for it. Because I like opened it up. I was like, "Why is that yellow?" That's weird.
I'm trying to tie this
They miscolored this.
Somebody. Yeah.
Am I going colorblind? What's happening?
Yeah.
That was interesting.
That is interesting.
So your comic book had the Grand Inquisitor in it. Tales of the Empire had the Grand Inquisitor in it. All links up.
And Free Comic Book Day where I went to, Madness Comics, they had people in Star Wars costumes, and they had an R2D2 unit there. Someone had built and brought in.
Cool. Yeah, there was a lot of people dressed up on May the 4th. I was surprised. Like they were walking around with helmets on and full face paint and stuff. I didn't think you could do that at Disney, but I guess you can on May the 4th.
There you go. Not only was it Star Wars, so May the 4th, it was Free Comic Book Day, but also it was the 40th anniversary of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so that's crazy. Like everything happened that week.
Everything. Phantom Menace is in the theaters again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I have a suspicion that they're taking me to see that for my birthday.
Oh,
look out.
Because my wife was like, "Oh, we got something planned Saturday." And I'm like, "Well, what could it be?" That's the only thing I know right now that it could be.
You're gonna come home and watch Barbie.
Oh no, please no. Please no.
Speaking of movies, we watched Wonka.
Did you like it?
It's on Max now, so if you have Max, you can watch it there. Yes,
chocolate.
I did fall asleep just because that's what I do, but I did enjoy it. I wanted more, so
good. 2 against 1.
Yeah, because I watched it and I was like, eh.
I loved it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I like all 3 of them. I guess now.
It felt like they were trying to cram a song in like every few minutes.
But the songs were all good. I liked all the songs. Chris doesn't like musicals.
Well, I'll say this. I don't like bad musicals.
I thought it was
wow.
I mean, the majority of people thought it was a good musical, so
nobody in my house liked it.
Your cats don't count. Come on.
Yeah, your cats don't count.
Well, they count. All 3 add up to 1 person.
I did start watching X-Men 97.
Voltron.
Oh, X-Men 97 is good. That is good.
Well, no, I'm just kidding. I like it. It's okay so far. I don't like how they drew Magneto.
Oh.
I think he looks like a long-haired version of
Magneto.
No.
Daddy Magneto.
No. Which one is it? What's her name from the Golden Girls?
Oh,
B. Arthur.
B. Arthur.
Okay.
It looks like It looks like B. Arthur as Magneto. Like B.
That's
Arthur.
how he looked like at a time in the comics.
B. Arthur from the Star Wars Christmas special as Magneto. Every time he comes on the screen, I'm like, oh, it's B. Arthur. I am Magneto, Blanche.
Ma.
Blanche.
So I guess there's more episodes than I thought there was, because I guess, are they still coming out with episodes?
There's one more. There's one more.
Wow.
To come
Nice.
out.
I just watched.
This last one was really good.
The last one I watched was when Jubilee goes into a video game.
Oh yeah, the Mojo.
And she meets old Jubilee.
Yeah, which
in the video
it
game.
happened in the comics. What I really like about this series and what I liked about the older series is, they take actual comic events and use them for the show, and which a lot of times, like, you just don't get that with American, like, cartoons and stuff like that. They just come up with something totally different and do their own thing, unlike like anime, where it's just like a straight, like, animation from the manga. It just animates the manga, like, right out of it.
Yeah.
Get that manga right out of there.
Yeah, just get it right out of there, and they put it right in the animation. It's great. But I mean, they do some adjustments with this, like, and they kind of, and things take place a little out of order at times. But I like that. Yeah, pretty much everything you're seeing in there is a story from the comic.
Nice.
Oh, so B. Arthur was Magneto in the comics.
B. Arthur was Magneto in the comics. Yeah.
They were like, bring in B. Arthur. Let's draw her.
It's right before she moved to Florida.
Hey, there we go.
That kickstart her.
Now, every time you see that Magneto, you're going to think of B. Arthur. You're welcome.
I mean, who's to say he's not thinking about her all the time anyway?
I mean, that's
true.
A good portion of my day is already dedicated to that. So.
Can you just, like, change out the intro music and put, like, the Golden Girls theme song? That'd be good.
Okay. Probably not.
Back again.
Dun, 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 dun. Your
That
heart
work.
is true.
And it comes down. We
can't afford it.
You bought it every war you do. Anyway, so it's been fine so far.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I can't wait. I wish the one thing I wish they did with it was, I wish they put the episodes out on Saturday morning.
Oh,
yeah,
instead of releasing them on Wednesdays. I think that would have been.
I don't know why Wednesday's the magical day, but it seems like that's Disney Plus's magical day.
Yeah.
I feel like I watched something else recently, but I watched we'll end with this. What you watching? What's streaming?
Yeah.
I watched the Dead Boy Detectives.
Watched a little bit of that. It's pretty good.
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Good.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
I like supernatural like stuff, so I liked it. Now, I don't know the background. Are they from another show or something?
It's a graphic novel.
Oh, because I thought somebody said that it would have been on, like, it was part of some other. It was spun off of something else.
It might have spun out of some comic or something. I'm not sure. But no, yeah, it was a comic.
Like, somebody said something about what's the other show on Netflix that's based on a comic?
Sandman.
Sandman.
It's from the same creator.
Okay, and then I saw something about Doom Patrol or something. I don't know.
Doom. I mean, it's DC. There could have been there in the comics. It could have,
like, they may have been on the show. Like, not those actors, but those characters were on Doom Patrol in an episode or something. I don't think so. I don't know.
Maybe they're in a comic or something.
But I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I liked the stories and the characters, and how the Rowena, I forget the actress's name from Supernatural.
Yeah,
she's in it. So I liked her character. I thought that was good. So I recommend it. If you like, it's not for children.
Oh.
So sorry, Caters, you can't watch it.
Can't watch it.
But in a few short weeks, we will be together in the same place.
Yes.
At the same time. In the same city.
Yes.
Same arena.
Same room.
2 of us in the same bed.
That's right.
Two of us in the same bed. Who will those two be? You'll have
I
to
don't
find out on
know.
the next episode of. We'll be at Comicpalooza, May
Yes,
24th to the 26th, which is sneaking up on us.
it
It'll
is.
be here soon. So
Very
if you're in the
soon.
Houston area, come see us live on Saturday.
Yes,
That's
Right? Saturday.
Saturday at 1 o'clock.
Are we
Correct.
on the
Or 2.
schedule?
We are on the schedule. I did check it the next day, and we were back on the schedule.
Whew.
And we've got a show that we're doing with Skywalking Through Neverland, right?
Yes. They liked
And
they liked your meme that you put out. That's why
I
they put you on
know.
the schedule.
I know. They are doing a few
Yeah, they
different
are.
panels. They're doing a lot of panels, so they're going to be busy. Like they're going to be doing like a kids gaming or something, or something. I can't remember what it is, but they're jumping around. Then they come to us, so it's like, man, they're going to be busy.
If I have time, I don't know if I'll have time because there's a lot to do. I thought about making them like their own kyber crystal, like a Skywalking Through Neverland kyber crystal.
Yeah,
I thought if I could figure. I thought, what if? Here's an idea.
Put Tink inside of the.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. What if I make the in Peter Pan, she gets put in that lantern. What if I make it like the lantern with Tink inside of it, the size of a kyber crystal?
Yeah,
within it.
That'd be cool. Have you seen that lantern that you can buy? I think it's in like Tokyo Disney.
Yeah,
buy it, and it's got Tink and all. That's pretty cool.
So if I have time, I'll try to do that. But I've got to get my costume ready. I got to finish my Ghostbuster stuff.
Yep.
I got to figure out a way to attach Lola to my backpack so she can come along without flying off.
Super glue.
I thought about that. I was like, I guess I could just glue it on there. But so I think why it flips off is she moves a lot, and when you put it down to the thing, she moves. So I'm wondering if I glue it, if it would like mess it up when it's trying to move, and it would like short out. I'll figure it out. I'll 3D print something to attach to it or something.
I got to figure out if I'm going to ship my Ghostbusters helmet.
I think you should just wear it on the plane.
if they're going to ask a lot of questions, which I mean, it's they can test it all they want, and it's not going to blow up or anything.
Are you checking a bag or not checking a bag?
No, I won't check a bag. I'll have a carry on and an extra thing.
Because if you're checking a bag, it should be fine.
Right. But I would be worried about it because it's pretty secure, but I would still be worried if it got tossed around, it could mess up. And I mean, it'd just be a matter of screwing stuff back in.
Well, if you can't bring it, I've got a colander here.
I can yeah, I could mail it. But my thing is, if I can put it in my backpack and they question it, they'll be like, "It's cool. There's nothing on here that's going to explode."
Yeah,
they can let me on. But I may just mail it.
I mean, I take lightsabers and
I know. But this looks like a bomb.
I mean, some of the stuff I take through, I'm like,
I'm sure I'll be fine. I mean, I could just say, take it out and make a big deal of like, "Hey, this is a cosplay item. You can look at it. It's fine. If you want me to take a picture with you, I can do that too." So.
Just take a picture. Just have a picture of Rick Moranis wearing it and be like, "See, from a movie."
Which, I mean, people will probably recognize it too. So.
I don't know. Some of those TSA agents. They're looking at my lightsaber like, "What is this?
Light sword?
On a bomb or something?" I'm like, "No, can't say that word in the airport."
Bomb. Chris has got his surprise cosplay. We don't know what he's doing.
Sure, it's a surprise.
It's not. It's just a reone. He's reusing. I haven't said. I think I have extra flight suit that he could wear and be a Ghostbuster with us, and he was like, "Nope.
Oh,
I want to do my own thing. I want to get all the pictures.
Monkey Luffy.
I want people to take pictures of me, just me.
I want you to be Monkey Luffy.
Yeah,
and but with a shirt like open, like a Hawaiian shirt, and then you got unbuttoned.
I'm sharing my bed with Ryan.
Teacher, the funny thing is, he thinks he's getting to bed. It's so funny.
There's a couch in there too, probably.
I'll take the couch.
All right.
I'll sleep in the car.
I think it's that time.
Yes.
We'll have another show before Comicpalooza, won't we?
We will have one the Thursday before Comicpalooza, if we stay on schedule.
If we stay on schedule, or we might just count Comicpalooza as that week's.
I mean, we could do it.
We can see. We'll see.
There'll be something going on.
Yeah. So thanks for watching and listening. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, leave a comment.
Or listening on YouTube. We've gained a lot of subscribers lately, so thank you if you're still listening. Thank you for subscribing to I believe it's probably coming from YouTube Music, and we're getting a little bit of traction there, quite a bit on this one and on Living with the Land Speeder. Yeah, it's funny because they all came up as new episodes for people because I resubmitted it as a podcast on there. So.
Wow, this episode about the Flash, season 2 of the Flash is great, but it's a little late.
Yeah, there's one that's featured right now. It's not about the Flash, but it's something that's old. Oh, it's a Skelehost one, and it's featured right now. I think that's where the comment came in about what did I just find?
What did I just find on YouTube?
We don't know.
That was really funny. I think I responded back to it like, thanks for watching or listening.
Yeah.
We're a bunch of weirdos.
But thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Keep sharing that out, and we love to see your comments. We love to respond, and we'll be back not this week, but next week with another new iamGEEK, and then next week we'll be with Living with the Land Speeder, and Chris will be getting a massage or something. So check us out next week where we Star Warsify Disney attractions. And we'll see you next time on iamGEEK.
Bye-bye.